Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any videos that I posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. Recently, a viewer asked me whether I can create a rice and bean dish. So I make this dish and I use 3 different kinds of beans. I use cannellini beans, edamame, as well as green beans. This dish really is a good demonstration of the flexibility of the wok. You can use the wok in many different types of cooking functions. For example, in here, I first use the wok to blanch some green beans. However, here is also a demonstration that not all types of woks can be used as a multifunction cooking utensil. Because if you have a carbon steel wok, boiling water in it is not a good idea because that will remove the seasoning on the surface of the wok and that will lead it to become rust. But if you use a stainless steel wok, you don't have to worry about this at all because stainless steel wok can be used for any type of cooking function because you don't have to worry about a stainless steel wok to become rusted or to be corroded. Now, not all vegetables that need to be blanched, only vegetables that are high in fiber, particularly in this case green bean, which has a high fiber content. And in this case, blanching them will allow you to cook it to the texture that you want. So when you combine it with other ingredients, it will be able to have exactly the texture that you would like. And in this case, blanching takes only about 3 to 4 minutes. And the wok is perfect for this purpose because of its large opening. It gives you a lot of room to manipulate. And also because it's bowl shape, you do not need to put in a lot of water in order for this to be the case. For green beans, it takes only about 3 to 4 minutes to be blanched. I usually blanch a little bit before exactly how I would like it. And in order to stop it from blanching any further, I transfer the green bean to a bowl of ice cold water. Okay, I'm going to set the green bean aside and ready for the next stage of the cooking process. The functionality of a wok is truly one of the greatest advantages to have a stainless steel wok. Because with it, you can use it for any type of cooking function that you want. In this case, I'm going to use the stainless steel wok to saute some onion, which I have minced. I start with about 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and I let the oil to heat up to the point that it starts to smoke gently. And I let it to smoke about 15 seconds, and this is the time when the wok is being seasoned. And I call this method spot seasoning. I add about 1 onion into the wok. Now, this onion is designed to create nice aroma and flavor for the dish. I want to gently saute the onions to the point that they start to brown slightly. And this happens very quickly, but at this point it's important for you to control the heat. You do not want the heat to be too high because you do not want the onion to get burned. I stir fry the onion for about 1 to 2 minutes. Until it gets slightly brown, and then I'm going to add about 1½ cup of cooked jasmine rice. The advantage of this dish is to use rice that has been cooked. I cook rice usually in a batch, and I store them in the refrigerator. I break up the rice using a hamburger meat chopper. It's probably one of the most efficient ways for you to break up rice. At this point, you want to turn the heat to low. Rice has excellent shelf life. Most rice you can store in the refrigerator for up to about 10 days. So consequently, I usually have several different kinds of rice available that I can pick from. In addition to jasmine rice, I also have a different type of brown rice and basmati rice, as well as short grain rice. You'll be surprised by just switching different type of rice, you can change the characteristic of a dish. And next, I use 1 can of cannellini beans. I use the fluids in the can as well. A canned bean is very convenient, and there are many different types of beans that you can choose from. In this case, I choose the cannellini beans because I feel the beans might balance better with other type of beans that I'm going to use. However, you can choose the bean that you prefer, and quite often I will switch between different kind of beans. For example, I really enjoy the black beans, and this is another bean that I frequently use. Another beans that I really enjoy are the chickpeas. Now, there are many different kinds of beans, and it is really nice that many of these beans are come in a can, so they're already cooked, so they're ready for you to use. And because of this, you can try many different types of beans and to create a combination that you love and enjoy. I find that different beans will bring different characteristics to the dish. It will create a different flavor profile, and it will allow you to balance the beans with other ingredients in your dish. After you do some experimentation, you will gradually appreciate and understand the individual flavor profile of the beans. So in this case, it will provide you an intuitive sense of what type of bean will be best used for certain type of dishes. For many rice and bean dish, one of the most popular flavor profile is a tomato flavor. So in this case, I add 1 can of tomato sauce to the wok. This is a 4-ounce can, and based on my past experience, this provides just the right tomato flavor that I am looking for. Next, I add some edamame, which is soybean, and this edamame has already been cooked. Again, like the cannellini bean, you can just add it directly to the dish. And this is followed by the addition of the blanched green beans. Now, there are other options that you can cook this dish, which might make it even faster and more efficient. That is, use frozen green beans. And I have used that before, and that turned out to be actually quite well. Now, in this case, since I already have a lot of green bean on hand, and I do like the green bean, which I can blanch myself, because this provides me a better opportunity to control the texture exactly how I would like it. And the purpose for selecting these green beans is to create a contrast in their texture as well as in their flavor. So consequently, it will make the dish has greater culinary interest. And to season the dish, I'm going to start out with my basic seasoning mix. And this seasoning mix are designed to enhance the umami flavor of the dish. It will make the dish more interesting, but it will not overpowering the natural flavor of the food ingredients in this dish. After I do a taste test, I want to balance this dish with just a touch of spiciness. So I'm going to use some black pepper. Now, of course, you can use other type of seasoning strategy. But after I did a taste test, I decided this actually will work out really well. This rice and bean dish is very fast to cook. In many ways, it represents the efficiency of the cooking system. By having most of the ingredients already on hand, you can have this dish put together in about 10 minutes or less. And the end result is that it will allow you to make home cooking as your first priority. Because if you can cook a dish like this with this kind of speed, as well as able to cook it to the flavor exactly how you like it, then there's no reason that you want to turn to commercialized convenience food. Because this is probably as convenient as any other way to get food for yourself. Fusion cuisine has become one of the most important cooking trends during the modern era, simply because it is extremely easy for you to create the type of dishes that you want today, because ingredients are available from everywhere around the world. You can not only change the way how the ingredients are put together according to a traditional dish by substituting them with ingredients that you might not normally find in that dish, but at the same time, you can also alter and create different type of flavor strategy. You can make a dish more spicy, or you can make a dish more creamy, and simply by substituting how you're going to flavor the dish will give you a very different type of presentation. The end result is that it will vastly enhance the diversity of your dish. And now the final step is for me to garnish the dish. Garnishing turned out to be a very important way to not only just enhance the nutritional value as well as the culinary advantage of this dish, but it also will give you an opportunity to provide a better visual presentation. So in this dish, I'm going to garnish it with some cherry tomatoes that I have cut in half. This will add color to a dish. Otherwise, it will not be available in its visual appeal. And this is then followed by the addition of some scallion. The scallion is great because it will add more onion flavor to the dish and make it more interesting. This dish is a good demonstration of my fast cooking system, which stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. The goal of this cooking system is that to make home cooking more spontaneous and intuitive. And quite often we find that in cooking we suffer from what is known as decision fatigue. But if you can cook with creativity, it makes home cooking much more enjoyable, and consequently you will cook more often. So if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.